Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. You all know if you're joining me, if you know on this page, if you on YouTube, if you see this woman, you know what? We're talking about super aging, getting older without getting old. And guess what I want to talk about tonight? You know I want to talk about paint. Paint. Did I say paint? I said paint. How you are painted, how we are painted, the impact of paint. You see, so let's talk about how senior citizens sometimes are painted. We're sometimes painted as old, well, of course, old, always old. All the optimum word, excuse me, I'm sorry, is old. And old comes in so many different forms. It does not look like any of the people who are watching this show or any of the people who are super aging, because old is not what we are. We're getting older, but we're not getting old. But when you talk about how people are painted and painting, then we're painted as old and grouchy. When they say senior citizens, they have, we have, the women have hair, the men have hair, our hair is all over our head. We got 20,000 wrinkles right here. Well, in my case, we don't have any teeth, but you don't know that right now. I promise y'all, I promised you last year I was going to have teeth. I still don't have them, but I have them. You know how I lost my teeth. It was a cancer thing. But I'm just saying, we don't have any teeth. We take our teeth in and out, and I may be taking my teeth in and out. I don't know. But I'm just talking about how we're painted. Fabulous is never a word that's synonymous with senior citizens or 45, 55, 65, 75. But baby, I'm here to tell you that let's get this paint together. Let's repaint this thing, because you're looking at an 82-year-old woman that looks like an 82-year-old woman of today. You see, I'm today's 82-year-old woman. I'm today's 77-year-old woman. I'm today's 55-year-old woman. I'm today's 45-year-old woman. I'm not saying I look that young, but I'm saying we look younger, better. We painted. Don't paint us like that, because we have painted ourselves. You a new way. Have you looked on TikTok and seen some of them painted jobs we got up there? Them babies look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And so where you going with this, Georgianne? Well, I'm glad you asked. You asked, right, somebody. I'm going to pull my phone up because I have an assignment. An assignment, I teach at Clark Atlanta University. This is my last, maybe next semester, fall. What are we in? Spring? Fall is the last semester that I'll be teaching online in the humanities program. I've been there 20 years. I started in 2004. Oh, ooh. I've got my degree in 2006 at the age of 66 years old. At 66, I earned a doctorate degree from Clark Atlanta University in humanities, and my specialty was French and Spanish. Don't ask me. But Dr. Earl D. Clowney, brilliant. Love him to this day. Well, let's go back. Let's talk about this part. The paint. See, we all painted. We painted all differently, and make senior citizens all painted a different way. But baby, there's some new paint jobs out here, yours included. But let's look at my assignment. See, I did an assignment called "Painted on Canvas." Do you recognize that? It's by Gregory Porter. Painted on Canvas. And why would you make an assignment about painted on canvas? Well, let me just tell you. Let me just let you listen to. Let me read the lyrics to it. We are like children. We're painted on canvases, picking shades as we go. Ooh, think about how powerful that is. We are like children. We're painted on canvases, picking shades as we go. You know, have you ever seen they've shown a child from different parts of the world, but they're all babies, and they all love each other, and they all crying. They all need a bottle. They all need their diaper change. They all love coo, kiki. They like all that. They like the toys. Babies are the same all over the world, but they pick up shades as they go. We picked up shades as we went. You picked up a shade as you got older. We pick up shades as we go. Come on, Gregory Porter. It says we start off with gesso, brushed on by people we know. Watch your technique as you go. Step back and admire my view. Can you use the colors I choose? Listen to what he's saying here. We start off with gesso, so everybody starts off the same. And babies start off the same, right? And so we all started out the same way. What happened to us? Well, we brushed on by people we know. So my mama and your mama and auntie them, whoever raised you, you got their paint. Girl, don't you go out here looking like that. That's paint. We gonna be Baptist, got that paint. We gonna be Catholic, you got that paint. We oh no, we don't talk to black folks, you got that paint. We don't have anything to do with white people, you got that paint. We don't talk to Jews, you got that paint. See, a whole lot of paint. There's a whole lot of paint. We don't like Arabs, we got that paint. What? Picking up shades as we go. You see, we all start off with gesso, just blank. We all start off with gesso, just blank. Brushed on by people we know. The people on the other side of the screen, the people out here, all got painted differently, you see. And in the painting of us differently, I'm not talking about the color, the melanin. I'm talking about the paint that made us who we are, the cultural paint and the religious paint and the political paint. And the culture takes up a lot of what I'm talking about. And so watch your technique as you go. Step back and admire my view. Can you use the colors I choose? Do you have some say what you use? See, when you got painted, you didn't have any say as a kid, depending on how you growing up. I grew up with children are better seen and not heard. You know, we got kids now that all in your grown folk conversation. That's how they got painted. You see, different ones get painted different ways depending on your family structure and your beliefs and your culture. Step back and admire my view. Can you use the colors I choose? Do I have to say what you use? Can I get some greens and some blues? Now, I asked my students, see, my students have already turned this paper in. This is the paper they turned in March the 3rd. And they had to take this, like I'm talking about it, they had to talk about it. Can I get some greens and some blues? Or maybe you got some reds and some purples. Maybe you got some orange, and maybe you got some lilac, different shades of lavender. We don't know how you got painted. You know, did you get painted all black, all white? We don't know how you got painted. But he said in his song here, can I get some greens and some blues? That's what he means. It says, we made by the pigment of paint that is put up on us is implied. We're made by the pigment of paint that is put up on us. Us is implied. You see, we are made by that. We are made by that. You are you because of how you got painted. You started off with gesso. You seen babies, you of different cultures put all their babies in a circle together. And a baby is a baby is a baby. It needs a bottle, it needs changing, it needs love, it needs food. That's what it needs. And that baby would be, if you just put them in a circle, they're all the same. They start off with gesso. So now he says, we're made by the pigment of paint that is put upon. Our stories are told by our hues. Our hues, the different colors we have been painted. That's how we tell our stories. That's how I act that way I acted. You act the way you acted. The other act the way they act. Our personalities. Your personality. All of that makes you who you are. That's the your stories are told by the hues of colors that was painted upon you. Some you painted yourself by this time, but you know you got that when you gesso, and then at home, and you got painted. And now then he added, like motley and burden, these masters of peace and life, layers of color and time. Step back and admire my view. I'm so grateful that he put our people in there, motley and burden. And then can I use the colors I choose? So now you at your level now. You ready to choose your colors. So what colors have you chosen as an adult? What are you painting yourself with? What paint has been thrown on you that you got to go get some paint remover and get it off of you? Have you ever had paint just thrown on you and you had to go get the paint remover that was thrown on you? You see, that's deep. Now stay with me now, because layers of color and time. Step back and admire my view. Can I use the colors that I choose? What colors have you chosen for yourself, baby? What colors have you chosen for yourself? What hues? What are you giving off? What light is that you're giving off? What color are we looking at? What kind of light? Is it dim? Is it dark? Is it bright? And then he says, don't I have some say what you use? You're going to take your colors and throw them on me? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm-mm. Those are your colors you use. But don't I have some say what you use? Don't I have some say what you use? Can I use the colors I choose? Don't I have some say what you use? Now when we come together, then we need to kind of blend them colors together, don't we? But this was, I like, the last line is what I asked my students to pick up on. And I think they don't get this. Sometimes they do. You got to be deep. His last thing, he says, can't get some greens with my blues. You think he's still talking about colors. He said, can't get some greens with my blues. Greens as in collard greens. And the blues that's associated with the colors and who we are as African Americans. Can I get some green? See, because they want our rhythm, but not our blues. If we're going to talk about colors, you can color all day. You can paint all day over a slogan. You can paint all day over a slogan, but you can't paint us away. Reno, I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. You can paint all day over a slogan, but you can't paint us away. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.